Let me introduce myself. I'm Olga Klёцina, the student of 11th A form. I study at secondary school number 2 in settlement Navia of Bryansk region. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. This is one of Shakespeare's most quoted phrases. William Shakespeare is a well-known English writer who lived in the 16th century. His plays are also famous and had been staged all over the world. I wondered how famous Shakespeare's and other English writers' plays are in Bryansk region. Which of them are staged in Bryansk theaters? 2019 was declared the year of the theater in Russia. Since Shakespeare's plays were staged in many theaters all over the country and the world, the Bryansk theaters were not left out. I decided to make a research and find the answer to the above-mentioned questions. Therefore, the goal of my work is to find out what plays of English playwrights were staged in Bryansk theaters. To achieve this goal, the following tasks were identified: to study various sources of information on the topic of the research, to visit Bryansk theaters and study the repertoire, to conduct a survey among school students on this topic, to generalize the data obtained and get an answer to the mentioned questions. I've put forward a following hypothesis. There should be performances of English playwrights in Bryansk region, but this must be determined. Thus, the subject of my research is plays of English playwrights. The object is a repertoire of Bryansk theaters. In my research, I used the following methods: search, analysis, surveying, as well as interviewing and translation experience. It is difficult to imagine world literature without literary works of some writers and poets. English writers have made a significant contribution to the development of fiction all over the world. Today there is no person who doesn't know such names as Daniel Defoe, William Shakespeare or Agatha Christie. We present you a list of the most famous English writers whose performances were staged: William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, Daniel Defoe, Somerset Maugham. Having studied the repertoires of various theaters in Russia on the internet, we have identified that over the years in Russian theaters, performances based on the works of the following English writers were staged: Vanity Fair, William Thackeray, Salome, Oscar Wilde, Pickwick Club, Charles Dickens, Twelfth Night, William Shakespeare, Pygmalion, Bernard Shaw, and others. The history of the theatre is a fascinating process of constant development. Currently, in the city of Bryansk, there are two state theaters: the Bryansk Theatre for Young Spectators and the Bryansk Regional Drama Theatre. The Bryansk Theatre for Young Spectators was opened on February 18, 1981. A large contribution to the development of theatre and culture in Bryansk region, a school was made by Leonid Kulagin, who served as chief director from 1997 to 2004. Since Soviet times, on the stage of the Bryansk Drama Theatre, a number of performances were staged on the works of English classics. In the library and in the archive of the Drama Theatre, we managed to study their repertoire since 1950 and even find posters and programs for the following English performances: William Shakespeare, Othello, 1951 to 1953. King Lear, 1955. The Taming of the Shrew, 1956. Winter's Tale, 1979 to 1980. Somerset Maugham, Female Constancy, in 1956. On the site of the Theatre for Young Spectators, we found performances by the following English writers: The Ransom of Red Chief, O. Henry, The Miracle Worker, William Gibson, The Star Child, Oscar Wilde, There is no fear in my heart, Rudyard Kipling. Love Story, Eric Siegel. Since our research on the Bryansk theaters has ended with some results, we decided to study the repertoire of the Navla Folk Theatre at the local House of Culture. During the discussion with the head of the National Theatre, Boboshina Larisa Alexeyevna, we found out that our local theatre has works of some English writers in its repertoire as well. In 2008, the theatre staged a play based on the work of William Shakespeare, Othello. Quotes from the works of writers and playwrights are well known to many. They are easily remembered and used in many life situations. To be or not to be, that is the question. Быть или не быть, вот в чем вопрос. All the worlds are staged, and all the men and women merely players. Весь мир театр, а люди в нем актеры. Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona? Молился ли ты на ночь, Desdemona? The quote phrases of other writers you can see on the screen. Having seen the popularity of performances by English playwrights in the world, we decided to find out the opinion of our peer students in our school. We asked some questions in order to find out how well the school students know English playwrights and performances based on their works, how often they watched their plays of English classics, and in which theaters they have done it. Survey of 50 students for our school that was conducted revealed the following facts. School students know William Shakespeare more than other English playwrights. More than half of the students in our school know that the theaters of Bryansk region stage performances based on plays of English writers. However, 30% didn't know about that. Bryansk Theatre for Young Spectators is the most visited among the students of our school. In the course of our research, we found out that plays of English writers are really widely known to the Russian public. Our hypothesis was confirmed in the repertoires of Bryansk theaters. During the course of this research, I have learned to work with multiple sources of information. The internet sites of Bryansk theaters became a great resource for learning about their history. Studying archive materials allowed me to dig deeper the repertoire and learn more about plays that were staged in the past year. I enjoyed working on this research project, and I would like to share my work with my classmates, teachers, and you, as well as deepen my knowledge of local history, art, literature, and English language. Thank you for your attention.